Well, welcome to another episode of The Wonderful World. Oh, what's that? Something digging into me. Oh, it's only my Sir Julius Vogel Award for Best Youth Novel. I'll just put that out of the way there. For The Traitor and the Thief. Oh, I also got Best New Talent as well. We won't talk about that, because it's not about me today, it's about...
It's about Gecko Press, actually. So we have 3 fabulous books to tell you about. Gecko Press are a New Zealand publishing house. They run out of Wellington, and they take the best of children's literature that they can find from all around the world, translate it if necessary, and just give us what they like to term curiously good books.
Indeed. And what's the first curiously good book we've got?
Well, we've got a sad one, we've got a funny one, and we've got a truly terrifying one, so maybe we'll start with sad and we'll get happier from there. So it's sad, but it's a brilliant lesson for all of us in how we have this sort of casual cruelty that occurs every day. So this is The Old Man, and it is a French production originally by Sarah V and Claude K. Dubois. And you can see the style of illustrations in it. They're very subtle. You can't see the characters' faces particularly well, but it just talks through a little girl getting ready for school, and off she goes, and they pass this little lump in a doorway, and we know that is going to be the old man, and we follow the old man as he gets up, and he's freezing cold, it's clearly winter, and he's hungry, and it's about him trying to find something to eat. He goes to the soup kitchen, he can't remember his name, and he gets all confused, and off he goes again, so he doesn't get anything to eat. And he gets moved on when he's found a warm place. The little girl on the bus, he's riding around on the bus just to keep warm, a little girl says, "Oh, you smell." But the original little girl that was getting up for school spots him on her way home. And she, in the way that some small children have this massive empathy that they've clearly learned somewhere or they were just born with, she offers him her sandwich that she didn't eat from school. And she says, "You look lovely, you look like a teddy bear." And then the last page will make you cry, I will spoil it. He goes back to the soup kitchen and they say, "What's your name?" and he says, "Teddy."
Oh.
And it was just gorgeous, and it made me cry, but I think there are so many learning points in there for young children, but for us as well, because you do forget that these people are human and they deserve kindness. So this is a book really about kindness.
Cool. Fantastic. And then we've got one about terrifying people.
Terrifying.
The Yark. I was going to read you some of the Yark, but apparently I'm not allowed to, because Louise reads it a lot better. Also, I'd have to put my glasses on, which apparently is not good. So Louise is going to read you the opening of the Yark, and then I'll talk about it.
Yeah. So this is by Bertrand Santini, and illustrations by Laurent Gapaillard. So I'll do the French accent as well. So the Yark, you can see how truly terrifying he looks. So this is a chapter book for children.
I'll talk about it. You're just reading it.
Okay, I'll read you the beginning of the Yark. Of all the various monsters that teem upon the face of the earth, the human species is the most widespread. There's another though, more rare, less known. It is the Yark. The Yark loves children. He loves the crackle of their little bones between his teeth, and to suck on their soft eyes which melt like chocolate truffles. He adores their tiny fingers, their tiny feet, their tiny tongues, which he chews with a sprig of mint for a sweet and deliciously sticky treat. Could you have done any better than that? Yeah.
I probably would have done, but I won't embarrass you. Yeah. I'm award-winning,
This is, apparently, I've heard.
I haven't mentioned it, have I? Anyway, back to the Yark. The Yark. I think it's brilliant. It's one of those books that either your kids are going to desperately say, "Read some more, read some more, read some more," or they're going to be psychologically traumatised for the rest of their entire lives. Personally, I think it's worth the risk. It's a really great book. The Yark. He can only eat good children because bad children taste horrible to him.
They make him ill.
They make him ill, yeah. They give him very bad tummies, to say politely. But there's not many good children left. He's running out of good children, so he decides to steal Father Christmas's good children lists so he can find them. It all goes slightly wrong for him, but he does find this one good child, but then he sort of falls for her and he likes her and he doesn't want to eat her, and it's sort of his story of redemption, although he doesn't entirely redeem himself by the end of the book, so he's still a little bit of a child eater, but it it's a great story, and I think, you know, sometimes you just want those books that actually break all the rules and just, you know, it's a bit like us watching horror films. We love to be scared. I think you'll have the same effect with your children. So the Yark, brilliant.
It's thrilling.
It is. It's fantastic.
So to be read on your own, probably you'd have to be about 8 or up, because the language is quite sophisticated and the concepts are quite sophisticated. But you could read that to that 5-year-old that just won't be scared by anything, and you can have that kind of thrilling adventure together. And the last one, New Zealand made, New Zealand written, illustration.
Go Kiwis!
The Longest Breakfast. So we have Jenny Bourne-Holt and Sarah Wilkins as the illustrator there. So this is a case of a little baby, and it's chaos and misunderstanding, really. So everyone's going round to Malcolm's for breakfast in this book. The baby gets up and marches into Malcolm's bedroom and says, "Toot!" And he says, "Oh, okay, we need to look for your little toy train." And the baby's going, "Toot, toot!" But then the other kids get up for breakfast and they want waffles and they want pancakes. And the little baby's getting increasingly frustrated because nobody has supplied the toot that he is so desperate for. At some point he says buzz, and they're all looking around like, where's the bee? There are clues as to what the baby is talking about as we go through the book. But then someone comes round from next door, and there's Ruby the dog, and there's Ruby the kid from next door, and Malcolm's coping quite well for all these demands for, are there donuts for breakfast? You can't have pudding for breakfast. All this kind of confusion and mistakes going along the way. But eventually, it turns out, after quite some time, they twig that all this poor little baby wants is toot and buzz, which are toast and honey. And then Malcolm's exhausted. And what I quite liked about this is that there's so much going on in each picture, so not only can you read it to your little one, probably of about 3 and up, but there's so much then to pore over in the pictures. And I like that it's a bloke on his own. That's nice and refreshing. That it's Dad in charge. And can't remember what I was going to say next. There was lots more that I liked about it, but I won't ramble.
No, don't ramble. Well done. So 3 Gecko Press books, and although we were already going to talk about 3, I've just had a thought. Gecko Press actually do one of my favourite kids' books. It's called Pooh Bum, and it's just glorious, fantastic. So again, that's another one to look out for. Pooh Bum.
We can talk more later about Simon Rabbit, who appears in Pooh Bum, because there's a new one coming in June, I think.
But we won't. No spoilers. No. So that's been the wonderful world of Wardini. Thanks for watching, and if we manage to get our stuff together, we'll do another video next week. Thank you. Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye bye.